hot mic.
Do you want to come on camera? Bud?
Also, do you want to grab some things for the wheel, my dear? Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
That's funny. I stepped and I shook and I thought the camera was really stable and it wiggled. And then I realized the reason the camera was wiggling was because my computer up there is wiggling.
Aha. Okay.
I jiggled it just a little bit.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. So, we're getting some pieces on the wheel. Felix is getting some pieces on the wheel.
Hi, my name is Rich Taylor.
Hi, Rich.
If you guys are here and you come up front, you can be our ambassadors. As other people come in, you can kind of tell them what's up. And then I guess probably everybody here has been here before, but if you come up, it helps us a little bit. Just even because Jess has to talk into the microphone. If there's nobody looking at her, it makes her feel strange. And then as soon as she's done talking, right after you've shared the link, then we'll all go back to our seats.
Yay!
Oh, I see Felix has a sword. Is that going on the wheel?
Nice. Excalibur.
Taking up a lot of space.
All right.
Okay, first, welcome to Rumble 538.
A lot of numbers.
That's a lot of numbers. We'll begin with the
Land acknowledgement.
the creator
Gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge the land we gather on Mohkinstsis is the ancestral territory of the Siksika, Sitapi, the Siksika, Kainai, Piikani, and Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all the Treaty 7 signatories, including the Tsuut'ina people, as well as the Ayarhe Nakota Nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley. This land is also home of Métis Nation Region 3 and all others who call this place home. So, very nice to see you. I'm going to share. Oh, nice. Dusty's here. 1 second.
Oh, sorry. There's lots of things happening. Yay! Okay.
So, I'm going to hit share as soon as. Oh, I'm also going to get on the camera. I'm going to hit share as soon as I finish this.
But first piece of inspiration.
Is Excalibur. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
Second piece of inspiration comes to us from Lawrence Ferlinghetti, Coney Island State of Mind. Thank you.
Can you sing that?
That's a New York State of
Do
Mind.
it, Coney Island. Sing it. Sing it.
No, because I don't know that.
Na, na, New York.
I just don't know.
Okay.
The Long Street. So first piece of inspiration is Excalibur. Second piece of inspiration is the Long Street. The Long Street, which is the street of the world, passes around the world, filled with all the people of the world, not to mention all the voices of all the people that have ever existed, lovers and weepers, virgins and sleepers, spaghetti salesmen and sandwichmen, milkmen and orators, boneless bankers, brittle housewives, sheathed in nylon snobberies, deserts of advertising men, herds of high school fillies, crowds of collegians, all talking and walking around, or hanging out windows to see what's doing out in the world, where everything happens sooner or later, if it happens at all. And the Long Street, which is the longest street in all the world, but which isn't as long as it seems, passes on through all the cities and all the scenes, down every alley, up every boulevard, through every crossroads, through red lights and green lights, cities in sunlight, continents in rain, hungry Hong Kong, untillable Tuscaloosas, Oaklands of the soul, Dublins of the imagination, and the Long Street rolls on around like an enormous choo-choo train chugging around the world. Thank you. So Long Street, and that is about half the
Because
poem.
the graffiti kids like trains.
right? They get it. So the Long Street.
Actually, Have you noticed how many of those guys end up getting jobs working for CP Rail or on the train lines? It's really kind of funny. What is
All
that?
right. Next. Thank you.
See, this is why I can't ever like reprimand any of the kids because there's this one that I love dearly. He just like does the exact same thing.
Bites
to-
you?
No, not me. No, not that would be extra weird. But he bites his friends, but it's definitely endearment. I'm like, oh, we can't bite each other. But then Rich does it to me. I'm like, oh. so I'm like, maybe I'm too hard on these humans. I don't know.
Actually, can we just point out that
Yeah.
here at Rumble House we've been rumbling for 538
38 weeks.
weeks. I bet you. You remember when like somebody would paint a rooster and then there'd be like cock jokes all night?
All night, yeah.
And
And the other time when there was like the sword play all night, and I had to, yeah.
let's just say the word sword play. There's probably been 500 paintings that involved sword play that professional artists have drawn here. And it's just so weird. We're like, I'm just sitting there and a kid's getting sent to the office
I know.
for drawing something that every adult artist draws. It's just part of their everyday, you know.
Sorry.
You learn about dynamics and sending the eye around the page, and arrows are important. Anything that points, you know. So
Last piece of inspiration comes to us from Neil Gaiman. Art matters.
that book is so important.
I was lucky. I had an excellent local library growing up and met the kind of librarians who did not mind a small, unaccompanied boy heading back into the children's library every morning and working his way through the card catalog looking for books with ghosts or magic or rockets in them, looking for vampires or detectives or witches or wonders. So we have Excalibur, swords, long streets with everybody on them, and amazing libraries with ghosts and amazing librarians with ghosts and magic and rockets and wonders. Okay, so that's lots of
I
goodness.
have one in my pocket.
Yay! A librarian?
A rocket.
There's a theme forming. Oh!
That was what I was going to do as all of the themes in the next. Okay.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
I forgot I had another book. So it's just one chapter in a book of really interesting people. I was actually felt quite blessed to be at the end. Maybe they thought the readers would get bored, but it's the last chapter in a book. And I don't know if you've seen my other book, The River Troll, but there's 11 chapters to The River Troll, and it ends on a cliffhanger. And this particular story starts in the moment of the last second of the last book. So there's a hidden chapter to my book. In this book, there's one more hidden chapter that only Felix has. So in my book, there's a minotaur with a moose head. I don't know if I can explain that any better than I have. But we're not sure about what happens to the minotaur. So Felix has the lone chapter of the minotaur and the moose head's experience. And then this chapter is just like the next 10 minutes after our narrator gets flicked in the air by a giant troll.
Yeah.
Are you going to read some of that?
Yeah. I asked Lori about how much, but I think it's okay because this was supposed to be an opening, and if we talk about it, right? Like,
Sure.
and it's not going to be the whole thing. So,
Would-
so this is the
Book.
book.
It's
Oh,
called
it's not the whole book, or the whole passage. Are you going to read the whole passage?
No, part one.
Part one. Okay.
So this is the Embrace Your Divine Flow. And so there are probably 20 authors in here. And the opening was last Thursday at Shelf Life Books.
They're like real authors.
It was really fun. So we had to cancel figure drawing last week. So I apologize if you came
Just in
down.
case you showed up.
Yeah. But this Thursday, so tomorrow we'll be doing figure drawing. And then on the 21st, again, we have to cancel it for parent teacher. So it'll be figure drawing tomorrow, none on the, and we'll make posts. But here we go. Let the World Catch Up by Rich Teru. Part one. Soaring through the air, I hope the giantess is ready to catch me. She is not. I land hard in a park, tumbling in the wet grass. My body rolls and stops when the back of my head hits a tree. I'm either dead or knocked out. I hope my neck isn't broken. I look awful. So I walk as far away from my mangled body as the rubber band that ties me to it will allow. It's not too far. Imagine a 7-foot rubber band. I take an 8th step and I snap back towards my mangled body. I turn my back, not wanting to look at it. There are people on the walking path not too far away. If they heard my body thump, they did not investigate. People mind their business this time of night. I'm sitting, sulking. The witch giantess appears. I didn't hear your footsteps. How could you without your ears? She replies. She's right. My ears are still on my body. Neither of us look at it. I guess I'm angry you didn't catch me. What makes you think I didn't catch you? I'm without words. She reaches into a small leather satchel and draws out a pair of gold scissors and snips the thread that binds me to my body. Do I need that? You do or you don't. Let's go watch a movie. She scoops me up and drops me into her purse. I don't hear the thumping of her giant footsteps, but I do hear things. She's opened doors, creaky ones. The muffled voice talking to other muffled voices, the smell of popcorn. She sneaks me out of her purse, smuggles me into a red and velvet movie theater. With one hand, she seats me in a pocket on her chest. She hands me a piece of popcorn the size of a beach ball and wipes her hands on her see-through dress. She winks. The lights dim and the film rolls. Whatever language this film is recorded in is unintelligible. It seems to be a film shot in reverse, order telling the narrative of that last 2 days of my Minotaur friend. She hands me a pair of paper glasses. One lens red, one lens green. I can't put them on. I left my ears with my body in the park. Just try. I put the glasses on. Somehow they stay in place. Unbelievable. The film is in black and white. The glasses have no effect. I say this, and she says, no matter. The film is in 4D. Height, width, depth, and time. The depth part is only an illusion. Illusions mean nothing here. So where's here? This is probably best described at the end. Your end. The opening credits roll backward on screen. Then the curtain opens and shuts. I'm dead? Oh my, don't be so dramatic. It's an end. It's all the same thing. Alpha, omega, I say. She rolls her eye. Scoops me back up into her purse and walks me back to my body. Ties the rubber band. She whispers, it's shorter now. Stretches me taut and lets go. And yeah. With the sting of a rubber band, I'm back in my own body. A little stiff, soggy. But in contrast, everything is quite a bit more vivid. I'm home. Chilled from the damp. I put the key in the latch and open the door. Jess is just getting up. She looks cross. She's not bothered I go out at night. I think she doesn't like waking up alone. I nod. I close the door. She's making breakfast and singing. She's an incredibly beautiful singer. She's unbelievably beautiful. She thinks I'm wonderful. I'm not sure if she's a robot spy from space. I'm not sure she's of this earth. I'm not sure I care. She is the stuff of science fiction. I go to my room. I lost some weight and my new trim build feels 10 years younger. It's improbable. I had to buy new pants. I walk past my couch. I built it. The stereo, a gift. I sit on the bed. I built it. There's art all over the walls. I painted it. There are thousands of patched holes in the walls. I patched them. I paint match the walls in my apartment. They are invisible. They are impossibly invisible. I put up a shelf and put a handful of awards on it. I'll patch those holes later on. I wrote in the book I got the awards for that. I got the awards for that I didn't want any awards. So it goes. So I sit on the bed. In this story where I have everything I want, if there were a story, no one would believe it. How do I write it down without gloating? And I realize how completely unbelievable it all is. I'm always terrified to open my eyes. Humility, that's part of it. Gratitude, that's another key. Where do you go at night? I was in the bra of a giant one-eyed witch. Long pause. Is she nice? Long pause. Sometimes. In the hallway above a very realistic-looking piano and surrounded by paintings is a whiteboard. I write wishes on it. I erase them as soon as my wishes come true. Then I wish anew. Very careful I am with my words, because whatever or whomever it is that grants wishes has a wicked sense of humor. What am I wishing for this year? What am I wishing for? Somewhere, somehow, I got the knack for making wishes come true. I'm still ironing out the safest way of asking. You might wish for a rest and be granted the flu. The best way I could describe it is you have to be very careful. I think in pictures, and I tend to think this is key to my luck. as though the wish granters do not speak, but they do see. Seeing where you need to be is essential. Asking to be there means you're somewhere else. And whatever you are ever doing, you are getting ever better at. I'm staring at the whiteboard. I think I might have everything I need. In the echo chamber of my mind, I hear the reverberation. You have to move. God, I'm scrambled right now. Sorry, God, didn't mean to blaspheme. Dear God, I'm feeling scrambled right now. Amen. I think that's the first, yeah.
Can
So
I
that's-
tell you what happened right after I wrote that? I actually went to the Magic Whiteboard January 1st, 2023. And I wrote on the whiteboard that I wanted Jess to get up front this year. I wanted Jess to get a book. I wanted Jess to get a recording. I wanted all these things. That was on January 1st, right? Have you heard the story before? No. So then we go to teacher convention. We run into my TEDx coach. He goes, I was looking for you guys. I want to talk to you guys. I'm like, oh, I'm much too busy to give another TED talk right now. And he's like, we want Jesse to give a TED talk. I'm like, that's fantastic, my wife giving it. That's amazing. I'm so proud. And honestly, it was just
incredible.
Mr. Incredible.
I was just
That's
nothing but
amazing.
proud and happy for her. And then my publisher called, and I was like, oh, I couldn't possibly write it out. She's like, can I talk to Jessie about her book? I'm like, oh, love you too. It's so amazing, my wife. I didn't know, like, over the summer how distracted I was when I was working on this stuff, because it was kind of like being by myself this summer. Finally, Jason Coxworthy phones up, who gets us to do movie stuff every now and then. And he's like, hey, how's your summer? It's like, great. I really needed you to call because my ego's kind of taking a beating this year. He's like, just want to know if we can rent some of Jess's work and put in a movie. I'm like, of course.
It's a year of Jess.
You're
Right,
We'll
though.
go alternating.
yeah.
No, it's fine. And I did wish for this. It was the only thing I wished for. But then, so
He did get some graffiti art.
no, I think that, like, I honestly think just to save my ego, he also, this is what I'm painting on right now. This is boards. He asked if I would dress an alleyway for some graffiti work for the same movie. And I was like, I'd love to. And so then I finish it, and he's like, well, we didn't talk about price yet. I'm like, that's cool. What did you pay Jess? He goes, Ghost White, because he'd given 75% of his budget to Jess, and there was a pittance left. And I'm honestly not bothered by any of this stuff, but I was quite honestly like, I got to get my name back on that whiteboard.
Well, can you write my name on there?
Yeah,
It's
right.
very magical.
It is. It's super powerful.
And,
What do you want, though?
Like,
I
you
don't know,
break
I'll have
your
to
arm,
think.
and then everybody's like, you broke your arm. You're so famous now.
at school,
Right.
you're famous.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
That was not a relation to myself. That was kind of a relation.
It did occur to me, and I wrote about it today, and I'm going to talk to my publisher before I post it. I wasn't interested in winning any literary awards or anything like that, and I was gifted with an award from Colorado and an Alberta Illustration Award,
For the
River Troll, and I was super ungracious about winning the illustration award. And I'm ashamed of this, but I've been doing illustrations since I was 16, and no awards, right?
Right.
I had an opportunity to publish The River Troll, and Lori asked if I fill out 30 pages, and it was just easier to draw 30 pages than try and get back into that mindset.
Fill another chapter.
So I drew out 30 pages of illustrations for my own book, and it was effortless because I'm
You did
The material is. You can.
quite
Yeah.
comfortable with the author, yeah. And so after like 30 years of getting my ass kicked in illustration, the easiest job I ever did was the one I got up for an Alberta award for. And so to that extent, I took it for granted, right? And actually, somebody called me out on it. I was like, yeah, this is the easiest job I got. And then they were like, I was up for that award. Thanks. Go jump in the lake. I was like, I am so sorry. I didn't think of it that way. I think because Jess's book is, those are anything. Scissors.
Oh, yeah.
Because Jess's book is coming out, I did have kind of a flashback to the first time that chapters came along. And I remember thinking Peter Zosky, everybody hated chapters initially because they hated the big box stores taking out the mom and pop stores. And I was listening to CBC, and Peter Zosky's like, yeah, but you got to admit, like, It's 11:30, and people are walking around reading books. It's kind of exciting. And I thought, I'll give you that. That's fair. 20 years later, all those chapters, they put one up on every block that had a bookstore. Wiped out every bookstore in Canada minus like 6, right? And then now those stores are all falling apart. Half of them closed. They shut down at like 9 o'clock. And they only get books for like a year or two. So here's where my ego kicked in, and I don't know if I should wait for the next author to speak about this or speak to it myself. If I'd won an Alberta Book Award and a Colorado Book Award, I was on the Calgary bestsellers list for like 3 weeks, and there was something else. Oh yeah, and the recommended reading list for Alberta books.
For schools, yeah.
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 You would think you'd be able to find my book on the shelves.
Shelves there, yeah.
And you have to special order at Chapters. You can pick it up at the local bookstores, but like, I kind of think that I just want to go into the store and say, hey, look, here's this guy. He's got these 2 awards. He's an Alberta author. He's on the recommended reading list, and you don't have him. Represented in your bill. Like there should be. If not for me, if they start after me next year, making a shelf out of Alberta books,
Alberta
right?
Yeah.
But they don't care. They don't give a crap. And it bothers me that they took over all that space and didn't honor it.
It's wild. I know it's like very American, isn't it? But isn't Barnes and Noble American? I don't.
Is there a difference between Indigo and Chapters?
Same company.
Same company, yeah. Indigo Chapters. It's like
It's true, and I do miss.
It's also kind of strange
Little
that I don't think that bothered me until we
Yeah.
get closer to Jess's book getting published.
The little bookstores, like I was saying to you, like there were a few in Boston that I just like went and hung out at.
Yeah.
It's like comforting. But I do.
There's so
still
many here.
like
Look
to
on
go to
here.
Chapters just to get out of the house,
Yeah.
but
I just think they could do a better job of representing local
look,
work.
so many.
And it's tough being local work, because if I ask them to do that, it sounds like
Do
I'm
you have
asking for
space?
myself.
but it's true. I didn't realize that because I haven't been.
You need any brushes? You got other brushes. Oh, just add more like kapow to it. Like lines coming up from that.
Right? More kapow lines, different colors.
Is there like column?
I mean,
Oh no, the WOW's cool, but like more energy, like energy lines.
yeah. It's not the best because I'm still learning, but
That's really beautiful though.
leaf and clay and gold leafing.
That's so fun. What's your opening bid?
Oh,
It actually worked out. It came up closer to the stage.
that's
Nice to have
so
a company.
cute. I should put this in.
Oh, okay.
I have
And look
hundreds
it,
of
this
these.
is
I
the
turned
one
them
we
into
did
shelves.
today.
All of- They used to be the seating for, we had a theater here
So I'm gonna make
once a month for about a year.
That's so pretty.
And all of our seating was these benches. Yeah, and they nestled into each other. They're all like,
That's fun. Sandra's making such
Right now they're
beautiful
in
things.
storage as a shelf.
No, I mean the theatre. Yeah, it's
Beautiful
like that's the stage and
earrings.
put on shows.
We moved them around. A lot of times the stage was here, and we went around the room and we did a it was an improv show.
So
I think we
clay,
did it
gold
again.
leaf.
This would be our stage for sure.
Right.
Yeah. At Christmas, we also set the space up. There's a screen that pulls down. We're going to project some Muppet movies for Christmas.
And also do Iron Man.
Not no charge, because
Right.
the movie I want to show you can't even get copyright for, because it's the show that Jim Henson made right before Disney split up the Muppets.
Right. Well, that sounds like I know what you're talking about, which I don't.
The Muppet Family Christmas.
I was
Is
reading.
with it all?
So, Jim Henson. Okay, do you like the Muppets? Are you familiar?
Oh yeah.
Okay, the Muppets you would think was like a giant corporation, but even by the time they were splitting up, there was only like about 8 people, and they just worked really hard, and they didn't really leave the house. Most of them didn't have houses; they just kind of lived at the studio. In some cases, like the Big Bird and Oscar were the same character, so you wouldn't
Right.
often see Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch in the same scene. But Jim Henson wanted to get back to more making things and away from the production side, so he sold the Muppets to Disney. The same way that we sold the Mountie to Disney, not so much because we needed the money, Canada, but they liked that Disney was willing to protect the copyright, right? And when Jim Henson sold the Muppets to Disney, Disney didn't handle it the way he'd hoped they had, and it crushed him, and he got sick, and he died.
Oh, no.
So a lot of people think that Disney killed Jim Henson.
Really?
Well, with a broken heart, right?
I remember how I did. Well, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
It is.
So he died of pneumonia, but also a broken heart. But that said, right before he passed, they made the Muppets Family Christmas, and it has Fraggle Rock.
It's called the Muppets Christmas Special.
Right. It's got Fraggle Rock, Sesame Street, the Muppets. I think one more thing. Can't remember. But they didn't sell Sesame Street to Disney. That stays with the Children's Television Workshop.
Right.
And so, like, it's really difficult to see this show because it's owned by so many people. It was on CBC once when I was in high school.
Are you supposed to get permission to show it? Like, I mean, whoever, I don't mean you personally, but
You should, for sure, have permission, but you should also pay for it.
Right.
There's the right person to pay anymore. And I don't know how it works, but I think because we wouldn't be charging commission,
right.
and because we do like take care of like people that have nowhere to go at Christmas, I think they'd have to be kind
It's
of a
your
month.
family.
Yeah,
It is.
It is kind of more of a family event.
Yeah.
Than,
Do you cook food and stuff like that?
we
Do
have
you food?
for the last 12 years done a Christmas meal and a Thanksgiving meal.
Nice. I'd be into that.
That'd be lovely.
It's so much fun.
I don't tell people
I
what
think I
I do, but I
that's
do do stuff.
Thanksgiving, maybe.
And giving food is good, right?
Yeah.
It's one of our
Yeah.
experience.
I don't know why I was kind of thinking we wouldn't do it this year. Might be that we just didn't really have enough volunteers. But if
Well,
you're
no,
willing-
because before there was a lot of people that didn't have a place to go. And then slowly people kind of started finding their families like amongst each other almost.
true.
Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
which is
the need
super
for a
sweet, like
chef
the-
table.
It is.
right? Like,
Well, I have a family, but I don't want that family.
yeah, right? And then like, and finding, exactly.
There was times
And
when
you
people were
choose your
avoiding their
family,
actual
right?
families to come and have dinner with us, which was
Yeah.
problematic. But the way it started was 30 years ago. I worked at Jambo Java. It was a
What is that?
It was a coffee shop on
Okay.
16th Avenue.
Okay.
And I had the shift that was, come on in. I had the shift that was, do you want to read a passage from your book?
How are you?
Doing great. I have a 20-minute spot. I've been
Oh,
driving
nobody ever
around.
checks that spot.
No, and it's after 6. You're good.
I just registered it anyway. And I've got the blinking
They won't charge
lights
you
going.
then.
What?
They were on the pay business?
Yeah.
They won't charge you.
Oh,
No, I've done that so many times.
so I can just,
I have more money than I thought.
okay. Then I'm gonna go turn off my blinking light.
Perfect.
Yeah, it would be a drag if you got like a flat battery. Or
Low battery.
Oh yeah. So what I noticed was, I was just telling you a story that at Christmas there was a lot of people that came into that cafe that didn't speak to anybody else in the day, and so at Christmas they wouldn't let me work because they had to pay me double time, and I'd worked out with the owner of the shop that I would work my hours on a different day. I'd write my hours down on a different day, so that I could keep the shop open for people that had nowhere to go. And then when we first opened this place, Jess would go to her family's house for Christmas, and I'd just stay here. And it was always so like bizarre the way it worked out, because if you're sitting here, somebody walked through the door, it would feel a lot like, you know, Mr. Rogers, like, hey, you just stopped by to say hi, I got to do this, and then they'd leave.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, that was nice. And then somebody else walks through, like, hey, just checking in for Christmas. And then like it was so jovial and so familiar to episode of Mr. Rogers, or what was the other one it reminded me of? Mr. Dress Up or
Yeah,
Sesame Street.
Sesame.
Yeah.
It's like Sesame Street. Like
So-
people just
so
popping in and.
It was
Hello,
so
have you
jovial
been in before?
It's my second time.
Oh, wonderful, nice.
that I
Welcome.
decided to keep the place open, but it also felt like if I just had a camera going, it would have been a nice Christmas special. So the next year, I shot a hour and 15-minute Christmas special, which we showed at the movie theater, which was mostly a puppet show, where we went around and thanked all the people that helped us out, and they gave us a special deal at the. I'm not supposed to say we got a special deal. We hired the theater at over at the plaza, and like because I made the film for free and didn't pay anybody in the film, we sold tickets, and I think we raised $2,000 at the And Logan, who saw it, who was running it, was like, we've never seen a film release like this, a local film before, and like it was pay if you want to. We raised $2,000, and we donated all that money to the there's a children's nursery, emergency nursery, where let's say if parents were in an accident, or if you're sort of on your way to social services, that we donated that money off to.
Nice.
And then ever since, we've always had Christmas dinners and Thanksgiving dinners. And
My daughter and I always try to do something, not just for Christmas, but I do sorts of things across whatever. But Christmas definitely.
yeah,
We'll help out do something.
it's a bit of a competition at Christmas when you get the speech where it's like, where were you in August? Do you need any supplies or anything?
Yeah.
I'm just getting the work up on the event page, so if people at home want to flip through the pieces. It's Rumble 538, and then people can see at home what's going to be available in the auction.
There's pizza here.
Oh my goodness! Is there also a Galen?
There's a Galen and some pizza.
Hi, Galen.
It's only gonna try.
Hey, Galen.
Come here. Come out here.
Hello.
It's a good thing I put the ink in the car before I left. Like, I mean, long before. This morning.
You're so sweet.
Felix, I'm waiting
Thank
for you.
I'll go grab that.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
would have forgotten it totally.
that's so awesome. I'm glad. I like honestly, it was like midnight and I was in bed. I was like, Rich,
Felix, I'm
I
waiting for you.
I need to remember this. And I was like, and he's like, text him now. I'm like, no, that's weird, but also maybe. And then I was like, but I didn't remember a second time. So it's like team effort.
I just walked in and saw you and I thought, uh-oh, did I put it in the car? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, good.
The brain is working full capacity right now.
I can't remember. Did I tell you that I took a memory test?
Feel that on
Okay.
many levels.
Somehow I
Bread?
passed.
Ham and pineapple. Try this.
Does it have sauce?
It does, but just try it. You take one bite.
Wait,
Just take one bite. No, hold it. Take a bite. A bigger bite.
Hey, I like your red glasses.
You hate it?
I don't like that.
I need some
I
like.
don't like
You
it.
don't like it? Do you want pizza? Thank you for trying it.
I feel like I've been not being able to do like share focus.
I'm gonna go grab it. Of course.
No. What's more there? Do you want me to get one?
No, but thank you. Okay, fun. How are you?
Better for me.
This is the live broadcast.
So yeah, this is like one of the cameras. So Rich is painting. So can you see? It's kind of like Hollywood Squares. There's like the different things. So here, if you want to come, would you like to read? Show me your book. Would you like us to? Oh, I do. I just read. No, that's okay.
Oh, sure.
Here, I can introduce you. This is
I'm
fun.
an artist and a writer and a musician and everything.
You're everything.
So are you.
Everything.
It's the first time I've gone online to see Rumble House.
Yeah.
You know how long ago Lauren told me? She
Yeah.
said, have you been to Rumble House?
That's so
As an
fun.
artist, no.
That's okay.
It's so nice.
Here, I got a beautiful mic for you. Here, I will introduce you. This will be official.
How wonderful.
How wonderful. I'm going to quickly scramble. Is it fully on? Yeah, because we read the first part of Rich's too, so this is perfect.
Well, Rich and I shared something. Also, I read some Cobra within as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Fly swatter.
I know.
Here.
How did you find this paragraph you choose?
Is that okay? Yeah. Because all right, because then people get a taste, and people kind of be working while you're reading. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. And oh, beautiful. This is so. Look, this is the screen, so you can see kind of where you're in the screen. So this is the camera.
All right. So while everyone's working, we have so we read a little bit of Rich's book at the beginning here, and now Hilda Chassia Smith is also here. So feel free to keep working. I told Hilda's coming in here to see everybody working and everything, so feel free to keep working. But we get to listen to some of her section of the book as well. I don't even know if I could properly introduce all of the things that she does. She speaks multiple languages. She is a multimedia artist, singer, musician, artist, composer, magic lady, teacher, everything. So healer. And this is the whole book was about healing and healing yourself and know you're perfect. I'm gonna do this for you.
Thank you, Jess.
You're so
This
welcome.
is an honor and a privilege. As an artist and as a human being, as a teacher, as a family life educator and a healer, as a mother and as a wife, and as a daughter with parents in heaven. Little did I know when I was growing up that one day I would be standing in a Rumble House. I would like to read to you, as an author and as an artist, a little bit from Felina Aloha's Evolution. This amazing book, Embrace Your Divine Flow, Evolvements for Healing, as Rich may have told you, and Jess, is filled with amazing stories, powerful stories of transformation from trauma. Oh, where am I looking?
You're perfect. Here, actually,
Oh.
if you do like that, and then if you want, you can look at the screen there. There, if you want. Oh, wait, you're a little off.
I was
There,
born
now
that way.
you're
a little
perfect. You're perfect.
off. Anyway, the story about Felina is a story of tragedy and transformation through her magical experience with nature. She was born in Maui to amazing parents who tragically died in an accident. And this amazing young woman had an aunt who came to help her. She also would notice an angel. In the angel's ethereal presence, my feminine divinity shone with an illuminating brilliance. It merged with the core of my being, revealing the true essence of who I was meant to be. In that sacred moment, I found my voice, singing like a bell, emitting a soft and melodious tone that echoed the depths of my soul. I danced with a grace that transcended the limitations of my past, embracing the divine rhythm of life itself. How often do we remember divine moments, magical moments that happen on a daily basis that are hidden and revealed in your timeless soul? Once I had been shattered by loss and betrayal, my spirit fragmented and wounded, but the siren, with her extraordinary energy, wrapped me in an embrace that healed the deepest recesses of my being. Tears of gratitude and boundless bliss welled up within me, glistening like precious diamonds. Colors danced before my eyes, whispering gentle caresses upon my skin, akin to the touch of a lover. Felina's journey is all about love and life. What happens when we have limited experience in certain areas of life and are magically drawn to different situations with the buried consciousness of pain, and how letting us feel it and allowing us to release it transforms us? Felina, on her journey, shuts down in 2 traumatic experiences after the loss of her parents. And then, just like that, an opening to her sensuality, her feminine divine, embracing the essence of who she is. I hope you will take a look at the magnificent stories within Embrace Your Divine Flow. Every single author, every single person who contributed to the book has made this another offering from our hearts and souls for the transformation from trauma to healing. And every person is an artist. Every person has gifts. And thank you, Jess and Rich, for these moments. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
I could just listen to you and like.
I know, I could listen to you speak and read forever. That's so nice.
I do soul sessions. I do soul sessions. Using the art.
Tell on the mic so that people know.
Yeah, wait till he's done doing
I'll
his.
wait.
Okay. Yeah, do you want to talk about what you do?
Oh, sure. I'm just going to see if I can find something.
Nice. We put you on the spot.
Oh, no, this is delightful. This is truly delightful.
I'll
You can, well, yeah, perfect.
let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try. I know, I was like making sure it was nice. It's like scrapbooking. Yeah. And I just have a whole bunch of them. It's like the opposite color. So it's so pretty. You like the smell? Yeah. Open it. Oh, it's good for the fall. It's so perfect. How about that? These are so pretty.
I'll just be 1 second.
No problem.
If I get this before it dries, it
Can you
bubbles.
buy the book? So,
Oh,
unless you said it before.
No, it's good. So if you are looking for the book, Shelf Life is an excellent place to get it. They have lots of copies right now. And Amazon, yeah, probably, I think, because like Lori gets it through Indigo too. You can probably get it through chapters, but we like to support local. Rich was just talking about Shelf Life. Owl's Nest. Lori usually sells through Owl's Nest too, like the smaller ones in Calgary.
McNally Robinson in I think Winnipeg, and I saw it online, McNally Robinson.
Oh,
In
awesome.
Winnipeg, and I think in Saskatchewan they have it too.
McNally Robinson, if you're online in Saskatchewan or in Winnipeg.
Just gonna look through.
Maybe even Audible.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful
That would be
article.
good. Do it, right?
Almost 3 years ago, Laureen Sheba had come to me and asked me actually to write a book on yoga, meditation, well-being, Kabbalah, and self-care. And I included world wisdom, and having been of the Hebrew faith, I also have poems on Torah, just little sprinklings. This is not a religious book, called Chassia's Enchantment. And if you go to the art of Chassia's Enchantment as a colorist, you will see a 3-minute meditation with my own music there too. And I wanted to also share that as a healer, I do offer soul coaching sessions, which include where you are at and what is it that is really calling to your soul. So you can find me at choprateachers.com under Primordial Sound Meditation. I've worked with Dr. Deepak Chopra for over 14 years. And as an artist, again, it is my honor to be here today. There's so much more to share. And as I look at the work that Rich is doing and the other wonderful artists in the room, I look forward already to coming back at some time when I can be here too. So I leave you with a little bit of a Calgary song that I wrote and debuted with the Philharmonic in 1994 as the late Richard Hayman's last guest soloist and composer. I had debuted with Michael Hope, who is our principal bassoonist there. There's a warm and tender feeling that fills my heart with pride. When I think of what you mean to me, I feel so satisfied. There's a fine, friendly welcome to a stranger or a friend, and the glory of the mountains to the west part of this land. It's a magical feeling that sets my heart reeling like a child running wild and free. I like your style, I'll stay a while. Ooh, Calgary, wherever I go, my heart keeps coming home to me. There's a warm and tender feeling that sets my spirit free. It's a magical high that is making me fly across the sky in Calgary. Ooh, Calgary. The world doesn't see. Cha cha cha.
That was so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Short version of a long song.
Sure. Yeah, because you didn't have your bassoonist to back you.
Oh no, I can do it without,
I
but
know,
it's
I'm
your
just
show today.
You're
Thank
so
you for
sweet.
giving me the opportunity to share, and now I'll see what I'm inspired to create.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much.
And remember, art.
Art.
365. 365.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me
Do
know
I
if you
remember
need
that from
anything.
2 and 7, or was that on the TV when I was a kid?
What, that song?
Yeah, that used to
No,
be.
that's my original song.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of a song that sounds a little
I know the
like
one.
it,
I
but
know
these
the.
were my music. These was my words. And you're thinking of something else.
I thought maybe you'd met Lori when she was on the Charlene Prickett show.
No, but I also had been Canada's first internationally certified prana yoga teacher, and I've worked in that as well.
One of my favorite quotes is a Deepak Chopra
Yes.
quote. The one where he talks about people are doing the best they can with what they have, and that's him, right? And I quote that all the time, especially when I'm teaching, because the kids and the teachers will get worked up over things that are unfixable. And what I always remind them is that everybody's doing the best they can with with what they have. And if they're struggling, it's because they don't have as much as you. They might not have as much smarts as you. Like, I find when people complain about stupid people, it's like, why would you judge somebody for being less intelligent than you? You know, they're doing the best they can with what they have.
You
So,
help bring them up.
not that I think they're stupid, but when people say the word
Say that,
stupid,
yeah.
I get very defensive, and I just remind them that everybody's doing the best they can with.
For the years that I've been with him, though,
Yeah.
and with others in creative cognizance,
Yeah.
a science of Ayurveda, that's another area of mine.
Yeah.
The one thing that I finally heard him say a few years ago, and I was waiting for it, as much as we want creativity, pardon me, and presence and mindfulness, I thought, what about the practical side of what you need to look after? And that's just as poetic and just as important spiritually
Yeah.
as being a spiritual person
Totally.
who's out there.
Yeah.
You've got to come back in here.
Yeah.
If you got to pay your bills,
Yeah.
you got to take a look at how are you going to manage.
She would work well with this.
Oh yeah. Her sister is working in Vancouver. Is she still out of Vancouver? Like
Yeah, she
working
works
safe?
at film school. but
Yeah.
She has her own courses. Sandra. I teach with
Sandra,
Jess.
yeah.
She teaches acting according to the chakras.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
so all of her, it's called the Mindful Actor Workshop.
Oh, I love
So
it.
she went to New York to study with, but she started this chakra work with the voice.
Mhm. I
And
do work
then,
with
yeah, and so she got a scholarship to study with her. Now she runs her own, and she runs her courses. And super cute with gel. And that's my sister. Her and Jess went to school together. Actually.
Yeah, it's so many
Yeah,
circles.
send it
There's
to me.
big circles.
Yeah.
I would
I
never
often
try
think
this.
of the song. I got to sing it actually.
Yeah.
At the palace in Thailand.
Oh my
Getting
god.
to know you, getting to know all about you.
Yeah.
And it's true. And it's true what that musical said. When Yul Brynner in the movie said, be careful what you teach. And we're living in a world where we need more teachers of love and light and practical application of that.
Yeah.
So what you obviously have done at Rumble House is amazing. But if you came to my house and say, "Look, we've seen 4 Rumble Houses in your house. What are we going to do with all of this?"
I'll put your. Do you want to put
What's your last name? All right.
Like girls. I said it's a good Catholic school teacher.
I was going to change my name to Mr. Black when I became a teacher.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like the idea of ever having to answer the question, Mr. Teru, can I go to the bathroom? And so I thought if I changed my name to Black, I would be able to have some like sense of like separation from my teacher persona.
Oh my God.
I also thought that Black would be a great name for an art teacher. The challenge was sometimes the name Dick is short for Richard. And sometimes they say your first name first and your last name last. So when I realized that my
You would be a colorful word for an appendage. We changed that.
I just decided not to.
It's
change
like
my name.
the, it says Hilda C. Smith at iCloud.com.
C'est moi.
C'est toi. Voilà. Okay.
That's a gift if you'd like it.
Thank you very much.
It's the precursor to my chapter in the other book. So this has.
I actually have one, but it's not colored like this.
Oh, well, that one's nice. It's colored.
Oh, I haven't seen the colored version. I had the first one.
Because we were both Cobra winners. I don't know if you know
Oh,
that.
did you win one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was actually just writing. I was going to ask Lori before I sent it, but I wrote myself something today. Just a response I was having. because that book's on the recommended reading list, which means my librarian put it in the school I work at. And I won a Cover Award, and then I got an illustration award. And I wasn't chasing those things, but when I got them, I felt like maybe that's some of the recognition I was hoping for. But what bothers me is that in the same year that I won those awards, that book's already not available at Chapters. And I feel like that's the promise that Chapters made to us, is we're going to wipe out all the mom and pop stores, but we'll keep you covered, and they haven't, right? And I thought to myself, well, if it's my book that's on the line, maybe they won't listen to me. But now that my wife's book is coming out, maybe if I ask them, like, just don't worry about my book, but promise me the next time you have a book that's on the recommended reading list, it's an Alberta book and it's won 1 or 2 awards, that you'll shelf them. And I think my book's done quite well, so I'm quite happy about how it's gone, but it bothers me that they don't have a shelf of books for Alberta authors.
Or even, like you said, local authors.
Well, there's
like-
2 things that are going on. I spoke to Lorraine at one point. I have, I don't know if you know, but that book Chassis is Enchantment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
9 months ago was in the top 10 poetry books in Alberta with Margaret Atwood
Yeah.
and 8 others. I say that for a reason. Do you see it on the shelves?
I know, right?
So, yeah.
It shouldn't just be on the shelves. There should be
Yeah.
a shelf up front for local talent. And there kind of is, but they're not thoughtful about how they do it because, you know, your ego goes, maybe it just wasn't good enough. Or at least what my ego said. And then I thought, well, then I won these awards and it's still not on the shelf, right? So is it a missed opportunity for everybody, you know?
Yeah. And I think moments go. I know that when my first book was published, I went to Chapters.
Yeah.
Laureen does a lot of things, but
Mhm.
I don't have a marketer. I don't have, a
Yeah.
personal media person.
Mhm.
And I thought maybe we can talk afterwards about
Yeah,
some of the
get some
things that we've
signings.
done and being able to say, well, let's keep it going. But is the book not available, or can they order?
Oh, it's
copy of it?
absolutely available. It's also available as an audiobook. They will order it. The thing that bothers me is it's just they don't exhibit Alberta books. Not mine, not anybody's, right? And I think that it would be easy enough just to have a shelf for local authors.
Absolutely.
It should be in the store. I would think they should have all the Alberta books they can get in the store. I think any book that's won an award in the year that it won an award should be in the store, right? Next year, fine, it was last year's book. It's still 2023, like, I don't know. Like I said, it was more something that struck me when I was thinking about Jess's book going on the shelves. Than,
What's the name of your new book?
Oh, actually,
Did you have it here?
yeah, but we can't put it online because it's like,
No, but do you have the fabric copy?
Yeah.
Yeah, show.
I know. That's what I said.
I know.
I know. I
No,
know.
it's my idea.
I know.
I gotta grab it. Her book's exceptional.
Now I need to
Sorry.
put the background, but
He got it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. Could you make this? Oh my
So there's just a piece of work, and then we
What?
just wanted to share it with more
What?
people than just.
An amazing moment. Oh. I was just talking about the feminine. I feel that sensuality is so misunderstood. Wholeness is so
Wholeness, yeah.
understood. And I have worked with people from childhood to seniors.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly reminded to people like you the importance of having the light, not being afraid of the dark, and knowing you're going to be scared sometimes. And how are we going to find a way to send it? And
You
Okay.
can, you can.
What about the back?
I'm going to do the background.
Okay.
That is
What?
great.
Awesome.
He was asking for heat gun.
Awesome.
This is something we discovered independently. That if you heat gun the metallics, they make this crazy texture.
I don't have to wait for some of my paints to dry like that. Oh my God.
It was like, I'm so
Yeah, I
excited.
Oh, the metal. I
Yeah.
don't know if that'll work the same.
No, I just need it dry. Not just wet.
I do.
Whoa, fire.
Fire in my soul. On
Get
my
my senses.
Yeah.
Chakra. Agni.
careful, it's hot.
Go back to your old-
Hot off the presses.
It was a soft as
a daughter of three
survivors.
Oh, fancy. They were.
I know
Do you know where they came from?
what it is to find.
I ordered them.
But do you know where they came from? Magic Man.
Yeah, like imagine. I said, okay,
I feel like these aren't the cheap ones, so I'm a little
Now
worried.
on,
to spend
I'm
money
gonna
on them.
phone Jess Rick, and they phone me
but
too.
they're not the most expensive. They're in the middle of the road, but
When I
they
looked
should
at them,
have
they
been
don't look
really
like middle of the road at all. They look like expensive
really
ones.
nice. Hopefully they were.
No, so
Not
it's
like.
I do
so what
appreciate
Lauren was
And
asking
they will
was
never
if I could
complain.
do
Because
so
you guys
for
are
each of the
like-
monochrome
Hey, Dad,
ones,
sides.
My
in
family.
paper.
Dad,
I-
Dad,
I
sides.
think would you be interested in doing more binding?
Thank you.
Getting
Sides,
it out of
sides.
So for each one, I do
Well,
a
Dad,
reflection
sides.
for each,
What?
and then like
I can't do that right now.
Fine.
activities or like
I'll do it later,
something
okay,
to make
bye.
it go. So there's like 4 pages for each goddess. There's like, so then I wrote a little bit. So then
You do a big kiss.
I'm in your
There's a
space.
camera
I'm
right
so
over
sorry. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. I'll go over there too. But yeah, so it's I have it read for April. It's beginning of April. It's going to be released. In form.
April.
Beginning of April.
It is on audio.
We're at Artemis
Oh,
Fowl.
is it? I have 1 credit.
Which one's an audio book?
This is the one that you're recent.
Oh, is it? Not all of it. Wait, who read it?
I don't know. I'm looking.
Oh, maybe it's going to be an audiobook. That's scary because I'm a terrible reader.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I'm
listen,
the ostentatious.
I don't want to.
I knew we were meant to meet you. And I,
know.
Dad, you're not a bad reader.
Yeah, you memorized my entire
You're
book
not a bad reader.
just from me reading it out loud.
Oh, she did it there. Their story.
it is my audible book too. That
Say who's reading it.
You can have Stranger Things.
Yeah.
That's Lorraine's voice.
It says Julian Hobson.
Yeah, Julian is one of the authors, and then Lorraine is the publisher
Oh,
that
I
did it.
can't
And
wait for
for
this to
story.
come out next year. I cannot wait.
Everything you said, I'm like, it's all. I'm so excited.
Oh, and all the synchronicity.
I know.
Yeah.
We didn't meet. I heard about Rumble House.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Lorraine's journey. It wasn't until she spent time with me that this opening at that time,
Yeah.
you know, we all come in with many gifts.
Yeah.
But she was putting me on a literary track. I was putting her on a spiritual one. And here we are today. This evening, when I was getting ready for something, I had heard about someone who was very ill. And I thought, am I going to go down to Rumble House? And I was like, my soul said, yes. And I circled for 20 minutes because I didn't know where I was going to park. And then I thought, this is Jess and Rich. You just park and come in.
I love that.
We actually
That's the
had
spirit.
quite a battle with the city over parking because for 2 years the building across the street had borrowed and kept out no parking signs. The reason they had no parking signs was so that their workers could have access to parking in the mornings, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But they left the signs out all night. And it meant that for 2 years, it was almost impossible to find parking anywhere near here. Then we had COVID come and we had to adapt. So when we went online, it wasn't as critical to have the parking as what it was when we first started. But I remember like getting in a shouting match with a particular
Counselor.
city councilor because they were so inconsiderate about leaving the no parking signs out all night, and it almost killed us. He had a bit of a tantrum.
How did you get the change?
The parking?
Yeah.
No, there's still signs out there.
We have to put it down every day.
They put the signs away for a long time, but they just showed up. They put signs out for the Stampede Parade this year, and they're still there. And so what happened was we adapted to the online rumble, so the people that want to come in a lot will find parking, and the ones that struggle with parking stay at home and watch online. But yeah, no, it was like death for us for a little while.
What changed it? What opened it?
The online event where they can watch it on the YouTube.
I just sent a copy to Missy. And then I said, when she gets it, we can have book club.
Well, if you ever want to have
Maybe we can all
in
read
here
it.
to speak to sing and
Come every week.
and I didn't even realize you do this
Every week, 537 Wednesdays in a row without miss. Rich has had 6 migraine rumbles. I think Jess has had 2. I once stuck a drill in my finger and duct taped it shut because I hadn't missed a rumble.
Oh, no.
I thought, well, I'll have 9 fingers.
Well, this is
vacation.
these days in
Not on
in
Wednesdays.
the world that I grew up in, are called
Not on
days of awe. We are approaching days of awe
Yeah.
as the equinox is coming, and
Jess, I was
many
gonna
people in the
say,
world
get,
will be celebrating the beginning of the new year as People's Day.
Yeah.
I often think of all people, not
Right.
just Jewish people.
Right.
Whether you're an atheist or whether you're a believer in
Well,
Jesus
Nate
or whether you
Silver,
believe in
if you know.
God, whatever you believe in, the Creator and nature, this is such an
Oh,
amazing
I'm so
time
out
for
of
all
everything.
people
Yeah.
to take stock
That was
of their
bad.
creative
Oh.
output, of their
This is
love,
me
of
asking
their
kids I teach every day to
It's funny about
just understand what it is that is
We're
moving
asking
through
them
them
to
that
translate
says,
to English.
how do I share my authenticity?
Are you just
Yeah.
cute and
So as I
silly, or does
stand
that mean
beside
something
someone
heinous?
who I knew about but hadn't had a chance to speak to
Yeah.
until our book launch last week.
That's a funny way to meet.
Oh, but it was a feeling of knowingness.
Right.
And,
We welcome everyone here by saying, welcome home, we took you so long. I actually wonder if I have copies of our poetry book here.
I sit here every single time. It's the only time we get to talk is when I bother you.
I don't think we do.
Rarely do people speak of the art of illusion
Yeah.
and the importance of what your illusions have brought to you. Because when you are ready, the illusions dissipate. And what you're really left with is the luster of who you really are.
Is that one of your poems?
No, I just
Just came out of you?
came out of me
See,
right now.
I think we are a family.
Definitely.
I don't think you're here when I told the funny story about my funny vision wall.
How many tickles does it take an octopus to laugh?
How many?
10 tickles.
10. So 10 years ago, I was teaching this class, and I created kind of a bucket list for the students, and I wrote a bucket list, and on my bucket list it was to go see a TED Talk. It's offered an opportunity to give a TED Talk, which was much more satisfying than seeing a TED Talk. And then over the next year, I knocked everything off the bucket list that I had on my bucket list. I wrote another bucket list. Over the years, my bucket list got to be something that I was replacing every 6 months. Last year at Christmas, my bucket list has become a whiteboard, and I've become very careful about what I put on it because I don't want to say, "Oh, I took some time off," because I'll end up, breaking an arm or something. Right? So,
I don't
You
get
have to
time
be
off.
very
I didn't
clear
get
about
any
how you
time
want
off when I
that
broke my
done.
arm.
yeah, exactly. So, this year, this January, and actually, I just realized part of that was in my book. Just read a section from my book, and I'd forgotten that. Right after I wrote that section of the book, it was time to update my bucket list, my vision board, and I wrote January 1st this year. It was my ambition to get Jess out front because, like often, because the patriarch people would want to talk to me, and they're going to talk to me and my wife. And I just want to leave. So that was my goal.
We just
On that-
realizing that
Can I tell my story, Felix?
there should be a mask on the world.
So, January 1st, I wrote this on my. Do you want to share?
I was looking to get a paper to paint, but I'll
Oh,
just watch.
yeah, there's paper out here. I have a canvas.
Right?
So,
It's okay, go ahead, I'll find it.
No, it's true. And this is how new.
so right after I wrote on my bucket list to get Jesse up front, I ran into my TEDx coach, and I was all thrilled with myself. And he's like, "Oh, I wanted to ask Jess to give a TED talk." I said, "Yeah, that's my wife." And then right after that,
The one you made?
Lori called, and I was like, "Excellent, my publisher." And she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna publish Jess's book." I'm like, "That's fantastic. That's what I wish for." Yep, absolutely. And then, so I was really thrilled. But over the summer, I ended up having to entertain myself more than usual because she's working on all this stuff. And this guy phones up from the movie that I do stuff for sometimes, and he asks to hire Jess's work. And just by the end of the summer, I was like, I gotta get myself back on this bucket list.
You're doing a lot of things for other people. And that's sometimes, the magic that moves us to other experiences. And, we move away through our art often from other commitments because we're focused on what we need to get done.
Yeah.
But what you're doing, there should be more people listening to how you integrate not only you back in the day, but in the true golden thread of love.
Right.
And you don't forget about this amazing people.
No, I know.
And that is a gift that I share with you in the life that
I know, because we met you, and the first thing you did was tell us about your husband.
Yeah.
That would suck if you were like
It's
at the
neat
end
to
and you
help
went like,
children and families.
and it's like got this beautiful, like, those big letters that go to the
And
like,
Yeah.
gold,
about
and then it,
how many
Yeah.
dollars is
and then
it?
you like,
He's made a very good living.
on the
Right.
end.
But what he's done in time, love, and money to
I
help
cried.
promote
You know how many
the
monks left
importance
lost
of
their
Yeah.
Their
right.
minds.
care in the oral cavity and
Yeah.
Shuddha, your
dropped
fifth
the
chakra.
How was it
So
writing?
important.
Yeah,
All
they're-
over.
Only the good ones.
I'd like to
those
see
drugs,
people
right?
create
The ones who can
work.
sit
And I've written
still.
a book about it, we'll have to talk about it.
That's the
We have a
thing,
lot to
you
talk
can't
about.
shake
I'm gonna tell you a story I
it
don't
all.
tell many people. It's a bit convoluted. I was 30 years old. I was going through a phase where I was trying to explain some perceptions that I was getting.
Pirates, like, incredibly.
Yeah. Right underneath.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening.
I was at a point where I was struggling to explain the different kinds of funny secrets I would get. And I didn't really have words, and I didn't have any experience with chakras. I didn't know what a chakra was. I never heard it. But the way I described it was, here, if I needed to defend myself, and I don't know why I picked mustard yellow, and I hate mustard, but right here is that sense that it's time to duck. Now, with a North American background, I might have thought right here, when I'm feeling other people's pain, that it was red, but it was really more green. It was more like green red at the same time. That's a totally different story. And the best I could describe is if right here was like sky blue, then up here is this other space. And it's when you know stuff you shouldn't know. Like you're reading other people's thoughts. And I didn't have words for that either. But I was trying to remember the name for that dark blue. And I knew it was I knew it was an album. So I looked up Indigo, right?
Indigo.
And I saw a picture of the 7 chakras. And I picked out 4 of them on my own. I attached the right color to 4 of them on my own. And I attached the right superpower to 4 of them on my own. And at that point, quite ready to check into a space for psychological help. Because I thought I was having a nervous breakdown because I didn't have any experience, right? And I was having these sensations that I was trying to describe to people, and really nobody was listening. And there's another piece of that story that I was just about to tell you. Indigo chakra. There's another layer to that story that was really part of it. Oh, I know what it was. When I was writing my TED Talk, I went to sleep and I dreamt about this color I'd never seen before in real life. And the dream, I can tell you now, was I was sitting at the ship at anchor, and in the top right-hand corner there was a lamp. And where the lamp was,
You want the one on 17th Ave?
yeah, where the lamp was a color I'd never seen before. And so I woke up and I was sitting there amazed, but what happened was I could register it moving from my short-term memory to my long-term memory. And since I couldn't see that color in real life, I could see it fading in my mind. Not only did the color fade, but the object that was in the corner there faded. And there was just a blank spot in my memory. And I was like, that's so bizarre. And I kind of spent a few months trying to talk about this with people that didn't really have words for it. And I discovered forbidden colors. Do you know about these?
Yeah, impossible.
And one of the colors was called hyperbolic orange, and one of them was called, I want to say, Syrian sturgeon blue or something. When you look up these colors, there's certain tricks you can do to your eyes with focus to make them appear for just a second. 6 months after this dream, when I got my eyes to see this color, the blank spot turned back into a lamp.
Hi,
and
how are
I can remember
you?
the color,
Very
which is
good. Nice to see
kind
you,
of bright
Angie.
orange and navy blue at the same time, but lit like the sun.
We have to remember that the colors we see on Earth are very limiting.
Right, yeah,
From the different
So it's kind of like ultraviolet.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot like ultraviolet. Felix.
That's epic, Felix.
It's the other night.
The other night.
It's going to fight with the.
Other night. The
Oh.
other.
And
This is the
also,
better
since then,
night,
I've noticed
the
that when
more
there's
nicer
forest
one.
fires, which you're not supposed
Oh,
to
I
enjoy,
just the orange.
the sun
Just the
does
sun.
turn hyperbolic orange, which is a bright red
It
green
does,
in the
I've
sky.
seen
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a
So I
picture.
find myself driving to work.
Put it up on the- Are you selling it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Dad,
Yeah, but
I think of the thing that you need to get.
thanks for Taylor.
What's your name?
Felix.
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 The
Hi, I'm
thing,
Hilda Chelsea.
like the. You said it was green, I think.
Hyperbolic orange
No,
is
no.
red and green at the
No,
same time.
that's not one of them. That's-
Sturgeon blue.
No, I'm talking about your.
Oh, your heart.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one that's like the fighty.
This one
running.
right here.
For me,
Instinct.
that's red. I don't know.
You feel things so intensely.
And then the Rady Mindy People one is like green, purple kind of. And then the make people sad and then me sad is orange.
I'm just looking it up because I've never heard of that.
The forbidden colors.
Forbidden colors, yeah.
Yeah. And
I
so
knew it.
if you stare at one lit screen for a few minutes and then blink away at it, you can. Did you use computers when they, like 20 years ago?
When they first came out.
Did you ever have a computer that had a green screen? Just the green screen, like Word games? If you worked on a green computer for 2 hours and looked up at the wall, it turned pink. Because it stressed the green in your eyes so much that the white would look pink in contrast, right? And that's how you can trick your eyes into seeing hyperbolic orange.
Oh, I never knew that was a thing. I thought it was just me. What did you do to your arm?
I broke it.
You fell off a swing set.
Oh,
Well, I jumped up. Well, I
so
flew
new.
up.
I never knew that was a thing. You know about these? What were we talking about?
Actually, surprisingly, don't tell him about much. He seems to pick it all up on his own.
Well, that's
I don't want him to grow up crazy. But strangely enough, I was trying to explain to my mom that I was having this nervous breakdown because I was seeing into people's heads, and she raised me to believe that was absolutely forbidden to talk about. And so I always just thought she was super duper linear and didn't want to talk about spooky stuff. And when I was having a nervous breakdown, she's like, "Oh, your grandmother did that. Why would you tell me it doesn't exist?"
See you guys. Bye, Rich.
Bye, Locke. See ya.
Paragraphs.
It's only gonna get longer.
You love my writing.
We're challenging you.
Just
Wow! Wow! Wow!
oh, or you could sell that to your mom
Mom!
with a big eyebrow.
Mom! That's so cute. Hi.
Can I get your help?
Oh yeah, of course.
So I brought a bunch of stuff because I haven't been here for a
No.
while. Did I leave some?
That's important to never hit.
Fun. So I numbered this one and this one too, so you guys can pick whichever one.
In other words.
That's all right. And then same
Or
for
you know
these,
what?
except they don't
You can
have
just sit and
it.
read a book, but don't turn the game on because the cameras will pick it up.
Turn off the sound. Dad?
I have a ripple too.
Dad?
I
Dad, I could turn off the sound.
Sure, turn the sound off.
Got drawn in by the cute door.
Your mom's picking you open.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Okay. I'll turn it off as quick as I can.
Do you like Indian food? There's an amazing Indian food pie place where
Take care. See you.
What time is that Indian place open till?
I think actually quite late. It's called Cinnamon.
cinnamon.
Yeah.
That's close to here. Wow.
Yeah, it's really close.
I think, did they do the food pop-up? Did you go to the food pop-up?
No, we didn't. In the parking lot over there? No, we didn't.
Because my daughter was raving about, I'm sure it was cinnamon.
They're
I
amazing.
bet you was. They're pretty amazing. We used to have friends that owned the previous restaurant. And sometimes it happens.
So there's just previous owners to the same space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the new
Sometimes
people.
we have a weird loyalty to these things.
Yeah.
And then when we went in afterwards, it was like, "Oh my god, this is so good." I'm sorry, I was judgmental.
Sorry, I was judgmental. Yeah.
And you can be assured it's true. And it's my favorite time in Tulip Festival.
And where?
In Ottawa.
What time?
It's in May usually. They have the
And you can
Tulip
get there in
Festival.
May?
I haven't been able to.
Not since you're a
Okay,
teacher.
straight down on the end.
I got
Yeah.
teaching to probably cut you off. Okay.
I'm just
I got-
saying it's really
In
beautiful
Ontario.
there.
And my dogs will be crossing.
I got
the
my
roads as
teaching
well.
degree, and my cousin said, "Oh, that's too bad. You'll never see Ontario in the
What do
fall."
you mean?
Yeah, I could see Ontario in the fall. He's like, "No, you'll be teaching every September and October for the rest of your life." I was like, "Oh, you're right."
That's a
Never-
long time for the rest of your life. That's a very long time.
It's a little bit. You'll see it when you retire.
Well, if I live,
So
Knock on some
optimistic.
wood right now, mister.
what's that?
Knock on wood right now, mister. That's what I said to my dad.
I'm not retiring. I'm pretty sure you pass once you retire.
That's exactly.
Like,
Take the
average
teacher
drawing
out of the
teachers-
classroom. You cannot take the classroom out of us teachers. No question. I have to remember it constantly.
But the average draw on a teacher's pension is 2 years. Yeah, and that started out as
And
a
then
joke,
death.
and I made it, and turns out it's worse than it sounds. So
Say it again, Rich.
the average year in a teacher's pension is 2 years.
average draw. So
Average
like,
draw. So 2 years. I'm a teacher that makes it 2 years.
do you need help carrying?
No.
Okay.
My car is just out front.
Yay!
Park just out front.
You are
Sorry.
speaking from experience.
Yeah. Fiona. Nice to meet you too. You have a lovely speaking voice.
Thank you.
And these are
You
gonna
wait
be
till
straight
you
on
hear
my
my
way.
accent.
You're the lucky one.
I am the lucky one. They really are. I'm so real. So a couple of weeks ago, I met this lovely, lovely lady, and we've become instant friends. And then the end of last week, after I got this, I was just chatting. I said, "Oh, I was at Ronald House, da 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 da." And she said, "Oh, I know Rich and Jess well." I said, "Oh, do you?" I said, "I bought this fabulous painting." And she went, "Oh, I just contributed that." It's amazing, isn't it?
Actually, if you met her a week earlier, you wouldn't have to buy it.
Oh, I'm happy to pay for it.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Good night.
Take
See
care,
you.
Jack. See you.
Oh, if you, it really is. I really like it as well. And this one's going in my bathroom on a plain white wall because I did hear what you said. And
I watched
sitting
you
on
on
the
TV.
TV.
That's where it's going.
On TV, I heard you today for the first time, and here I'm seeing it.
There you go.
Wow.
Look at you.
And
That's-
Fiona has it.
Yeah.
Somebody take a picture of Fiona having it.
I really want to meet the artist actually.
Hang on.
Somebody should take
Oh yeah, Rich has got here. This is good.
Here it
Oh
was
my God, no.
online.
No, but watch.
Get in the
Fiona,
picture, you
yeah,
guys.
take a picture.
Right then.
Photographer, the last thing I want to do is.
Wow.
Pose.
I just saw it for the first time.
There we go. See, it's meant to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. Are we done
I
yet?
did it. I did
He's
it
so
pre-
fast.
Pre-prepared.
Oh.
My actual.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mark Vasquez, or he's on the feed.
What?
Yeah, from Mexico. I was just Mexico.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Who is this? Oh no. Sorry about. I haven't been.
But yeah, I've been talking to Mark, kind of on and off.
I want to know where I
Thank
can
you
get a
for
new-
saying something.
Yeah.
So Beth is talking about. Okay, beautiful. Oh, and I see Dusty had to leave, but I see Theo
I used to have
working.
that.
You, Kelly.
This is my healthy dopamine.
Oh my gosh, Mark! It's so nice to see
Is
you.
that, where did you get
And you
your
guys have been chatting.
Oh.
All right. Thanks for saying something. That's so wonderful.
Oh yeah. I just
So
thought
nice.
it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, well, I had one.
Mark is online from Mexico City.
Oh,
He's
really?
watching from Mexico City. That's so nice.
Where is he?
Say hi. He's been talking in the comments.
Mark, you stinker here.
Who is?
So
Log in, my friend.
yeah. Oh, actually, here I'll show you something. Mark is. Mark was Rich's best man at our wedding.
Oh my God.
And-
Oh, nice.
No, you're totally fine. I dropping things. So
See you
I know
next
you're
week.
I thought you would like to know.
Take care.
Here, show Marcus painting. Oh, we should put it on auction since it's online.
Oh, Jesus. But this was his piece from his master's.
I have a
weird
question.
That's gonna be so neat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. It's dusty.
This door, okay, just like.
You can get it down cloth. It's oil, yeah.
Oh, that is big.
Actually, I should bring it in to show
Celine.
Celine.
You'll love it. One of our students, he's in grade 8, and he is like, and Mickey, like,
I know, but like they're just so talented. Yeah.
Holy, yeah, that's
So this is Mark. So Mark, he just in this, I think this was a self-portrait after, was it after Velasquez? Ask Mark, was it, what style, like was he looking at a specific artist?
Maybe I'm gonna try and see if I can send Mark a link, and then
So this
maybe he
was
could
a-
even
yeah,
come on and talk to us.
self-portrait As another artist that he was
Or I
looking
might
at.
be
So this
scaring
was
him
his
away.
piece when he was doing his master's. He teaches at AU Arts. He does like really cool sketchbook tours in Mexico where he takes like groups of people down to Mexico and teaches them like architectural like sketchbooking, like when you're going around and like drawing in space, like in that space. So he does it really cool, like where you collect pieces of like your receipts and your stuff from that space. And then, oh, yeah, the red, so look at and then you kind of collage and like work into it and make the work based on local material, if that makes sense. So so there's like lots of things like that. And he has a studio in Mexico City. And he's right for living for a year. Yeah, it's they just celebrated a year. It was Vasquez McKay.
USQUZ.
BAZQUZ. Yeah. Yeah. So he hyphenated his last name, which is his wife's last name in the Spanish tradition, and so he took his Carmen is incredible too.
So her last name is
Her last name is Vasquez.
Yes.
Yeah. Take care. Nice seeing you, Tanya. Yeah. So, yeah, it's super cool.
That was, I said, really bad tablet. He went to see that lecture and he goes, that was simultaneously the most boring and also the most bonding experience I've ever had. That's awesome. So I got to know more people. And damn, the lecture spoke in such a monotonous tone that we all almost fell asleep.
But at least, like you said,
I
somewhere
pulled
through,
through.
he said, that's so awesome. So awesome.
Just 1 second. Don't freak out. Sorry about the lights. I'm being selfish. You guys want to say something? Sandra, sorry about the dark.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just texting Luke. He was at a lecture.
Come on.
Yeah.
What do you guys do here?
Here, he's been, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna come back. So every single Wednesday, 7 o'clock, everybody's welcome to come down to this art supply. We will get inspiration, which you can ignore. We make art from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and then the 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. There's
You look at this,
a
and this
bunch
is the
of work
color,
that's
one of
already
the colors
started to pile up
fiction.
over there.
Yeah.
So
But I
we
call
do
it my
online
voice.
advertisements.
If this voice
Isn't
isn't open, it's this one.
Yeah, I love that part in your book, which you discovered yourself. Hey, what do you think of this? Look at ready for this one.
Blue light!
So that's night glow, black light, night glow, black light.
Oh my God.
It's pretty fun, eh? So I do all this in my head, and then I get to see it right before the action, and then it goes away.
So do you put the black light on? Now, when we have the light itself on, we have the other.
I'll show you.
Oh.
Yeah, in fairness, it has to work in the daylight without a black light.
Oh.
Hey, Rich.
Hi, Kelly.
Mark says his internet's bad right now.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Mark, I miss you.
One more time. Oh.
I'm not looking at you.
Here, I'll put the lights on there. So even like a bright, we have a blue curtain in our house, and even a blue curtain will activate these lights.
Oh my God.
I have
I wanted to see the green.
Kind of busy.
So I
Everything.
I didn't have
Just
it.
God, like summer was
Now the
busy,
green.
and so many like appointments.
And that's just the light.
Lots of like meetings,
Not fun?
breaks and stuff. So I haven't been painting as much because I'm also like trying to.
To tell you the truth, and I tell the story a lot, there's a young man named Ian that came in. And he really had a passion for this. Sure. He really had a passion. Oh, careful. You're right.
And
yeah,
Ellie,
black lights.
really?
To be honest, I used to think they were nuts. But I love them now. If I can get them to tell different stories too. If it,
Oh, amazing. The magic.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So sometimes, okay, here's a funny one.
This is just your piece like this.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're so sweet.
I have a piece for you. I'm gonna give
like
you.
that's.
It's
I'm
the,
like,
do you know the, that one? The,
And it's just nice having
Venus?
people around.
Yeah.
That's what
I have a
just
Venus
sad
piece
is
I'm gonna give you.
that
It's black light. And when you put it under the black light, because this one I kind of use warm cool colors to make a shape. But on my Venus, when you put the black light in it, it turns into a hologram. It's like because the oranges come farther forward than the reds.
Wow.
That was another one you did too.
What?
Where it looked, there was another one you did one night and it looked like that, and I was like, oh, it just feels like.
Well, sometimes I'm
it has
cutting
so
and
much
pasting.
depth.
Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes they really have. I'll show you one that has a real.
I look at this and I should be in my flamenco outfit.
This one's actually glow in the dark and black light. That one's
Unfortunately not.
Wow.
You're getting a lot of.
This one's black light. But I'm gonna hang a show of these soon.
Is that you?
I don't.
This one,
Oh look, Pan. I love the Pan.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Mickey.
Monkey.
Nice girl.
I do a lot of searching.
These were the stage from
The kitty crack. Wait.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do you bring a lot of kids through here too?
People find their way here. We don't bring kids here. How are we gonna bring kids? Get arrested for that. Actually,
One teacher
We got-
did do a nighttime like field trip.
yeah.
So they actually came from Black Diamond
Right.
and they bust down in the evening. And because it was a small class, I think there was only 8 kids in the graduating class. They actually came down one evening and it was super cute. There were a bunch of
Schools love
grade
it here,
12.
but like we can't bring our kids down.
Yeah, it's really
But if
interesting.
their mom
So
happens
what
to
do you-
bring one of
If
them.
their mom comes in, we gotta kick them out. Not even kidding.
No, I said I bring
What do
my
you do with the
No, you don't.
volume of everything that you do?
but they don't.
You have
go
to
to
come to
school
my
people.
house
No,
and
Yeah.
give me some direction. I heard you talking about this.
Jessica
when I was
Fisher
in
Bridge.
Madison.
Isn't it beautiful? The idea, like the carving in, the
Yeah,
every,
what
it's
happened
like,
was,
oh, this
the
is what I
mother was an
like.
artist and had been
Oh,
coming here
wonderful.
for years.
Yeah.
The
this is
daughter
really
grew up
fun.
independent enough to come on her own.
My,
She came
my
here and
mom
read
let
a
me
poem
sell
and got
these
picked up
lists.
for
She's in the
a
90s.
poetry festival.
Uh,
She got
well,
picked
here,
up.
I go by Teru, but my maiden name is Sabo. It's Hungarian. Zabo.
Yeah, a little bit. And they're like, this is your official
So
letter.
yeah, these ones might.
The same day, my
Right?
principal
Yeah.
called me into the office.
That's
He's like,
totally
"You
what I
kids
did.
come in." And I was like, well,
Called the other.
yeah. And I was like, no, I just tell my kids that they see enough communication.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But all my kids are chomping at the bit to graduate, so they
The
can.
essence of our
That's what I'm saying. Like once
energy
they're
and our
gone,
blood that
Yeah.
circulates.
how can you stop them?
No, I know, and like really, it's difficult.
Yeah, my mom won't let me sell these fours.
But we just basically
Oh.
say they can come in, but we're not going
But this
to.
one I really love. I'm going to talk about
sell
that
their
maybe
work
at
as a
that
school
shop.
board administrator. We didn't even take the money from the sales, and
Yeah.
we're still responsible to pay half of it back. So the mom was just.
Are
like,
they
"We're not taking this
ecstatic? I just find them like really
money."
ecstatic.
Ecstatic.
Ecstatic, yeah.
You and I.
The opposite of
Oh,
ecstatic.
yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. How do we get this out to mainstream people, though, that go, ooh,
Right?
and I
Isn't
go,
that-
ooh, I'm going to be 73 in November, and I'm losing a very dear friend. I hope he doesn't pass. I pray for
Well, we were
a
selling
complete recovery, knowing that I don't know. We're all in the I don't know. I could vote tonight, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm so glad we met.
Thank you so much.
There I am.
Exactly.
That's how long
Yeah.
it was. And I was a fish, definitely in the water. I came from starlight like you,
Yeah.
and I dance in the eternal.
So beautiful.
I love what you guys bring up. I looked for you my whole life, and I love going to synagogue this weekend, looking like a lady, and all the lovely people saying hello, and it'll be lovely. But they don't know that I want to really come into synagogue.
I've got to move this table. Can you grab that?
Like
How are you?
Oh, darling, I've done that.
The 7 veils. I can. Oh my gosh.
I do
Don't
that.
encourage her.
I do that. I do that. I've done all that. Darling, I don't think there's anything that
No,
you could
I
tell me.
bought her. I bought her the jiggly suit.
The jiggly suit.
What do you call it?
The jiggly suit is perfect.
What do they
It's
call it?
Oriental dance. It's the hip belt
It's
yeah,
not
the hip
gonna
belt
protect
and
you.
and the
She'll,
belly.
she'll blind everyone with her body.
You don't know who I am. I was in the King Tut show at the Glenbow a number of years
Oh
ago.
my
So I'm
gosh.
doing 2 of the 5 dances that my teacher, Hadia, who's a world class, Oriental and flamenco dance. I took both with her. So here I am standing at the side in a beautiful melody. And after my two dances,
I just need to move this stuff out and I don't need to lose it. So I'm going to put it here.
Thank you.
Is that all you're saying? Those are them?
Well, for today.
Yeah. For today.
Is this
That's
our
hers.
That's
your
yeah,
copy.
that's right. So that's your perfect.
Okay, and I'm going to wash my hands.
Oh, awesome.
Are you here?
How's your mom?
Here, here.
Still good.
We
Pictures
made
over here every day.
no, they're
Never happy home.
Wednesday nights and Thursday nights we have figure drawings. So we have we have live models and we come and draw.
Oh, yeah?
Thursday night, yeah, 7 to 9.
I'm going to wash my hands.
Beautiful.
And I have some, I'd love to talk to you
No.
about ideas for all those things too.
This is
Because
wonderful.
this is, I think, a part of being able to come and share the magic of creative commons.
There's so much fun stuff.
Are we having a burlesque show next week?
My
'Cause
brain
that
is.
way
Darling, I got that at home too. I got lovely feathers. That's it. That's it. I'm not letting go of anything. I thought I was going to.
See, I know.
I'm clearing things out.
Isn't that
I'm
true?
just going to put you in the will to say, please come and help Lenny when it comes time to say, we'll help her get rid of.
We'll help Lenny. Okay. I'm gonna stop the feed and then I'm gonna focus on everybody here.
Hello.
You have beautiful artwork too. Before you, do you have your vehicle?
I do have a vehicle.
Nice.
It's a car this time.
Yeah, because then you don't have to wrap your paintings around you. Okay, lovely people at home. We love you so much. There's been a lot of fun stuff happening tonight. We love your artwork. Theo, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us. Dusty, you are so sweet. Thank you so much for always coming on too. Even though there's like crazy technical stuff always, we love seeing what you're working on too. Thank you,
Oh,
everybody.
you do have a fingerprint there.
Come find us at 9 o'clock for the live feed.
Hi, Jess.
Bye. Thank you so much, Theo, and thank
Right.
you, Kelly. Thank
Bye,
you.
Jess.
Thank you.
Hi, Kelly.
Is
Bye.
that Theo?
Yeah, Theo's been.
Oh, Theo, I didn't even see you tonight.
Oh, well, I saw you, and that's all that's important. You did good, my friend.
Bye, guys. See
That
you.
takes me back to my COVID days.